No, I didn't say I found them. You know, the answer I gave you, you're just repeating the same thing that I answered against. Okay.
No. My bad. I misphrased you. My bad.
That's fine. That's fine. Go ahead.
I was just saying. So, like, what was the first like sign of God? Like, I was just trying to see. Like,
Oh, okay. The
like,
first sign of God. The first sign of God is that when you're an infant, okay, and your cognitive development and awareness is rapidly accruing every single day, okay, from the time that you're born till your first year, until you're a year and a half. The first thing that you come to realize, okay, although it's going to be in a very primitive state, is that some things stay the same and some things are irregular.
Yeah,
okay?
like, just imagine you didn't have a parent though. Like what was you like if you didn't have
Let
parents?
me finish. I'm trying to explain to you. Oh, okay, fine.
Like, like if you didn't have a parent and like you didn't have people tell you God, like what would have been the first thing personally for you to prove?
That's a very common.
Really
That's a very common
addressing-
question and
addressing the
objection. I'm
dumbest
going to tell
people
you.
in the
I was
fucking
just like
internet.
I'm wondering your
Dan,
thoughts.
please,
Like,
Dan,
I know. I'm going to explain it to you. I'm going to
Pick a
explain it
better
to you.
target.
Okay.
Okay.
Dan, Benny's having
God,
like
from a biblical. I'm
discussion,
only
man.
going to give you the
Please let it
biblical
happen.
perspective.
I want your
Okay?
perspective. I don't.
I'm
really
giving
care.
you my perspective is the biblical perspective.
Okay.
Okay. You're free to disagree with me if you want. Okay. Now,
I'm
in the biblical perspective, the Bible makes it very clear. God makes everyone with a normal brain to come to believe and know that he exists in an undeniable and irrefutable way, but that there are some, a minority throughout human history, who decide they don't want to retain God's self-disclosure in creation. And then what they do is they suppress the truth and unrighteousness. What they do is they collect for themselves rationales as to why God is not necessary. Okay. Now I can go through the process of basically how God makes us to know that he exists at a very young age.
I wasn't asking for that. I was just asking for your personal experience if you had any.
Well, my personal experience is what happens to everybody. Okay. At a certain point, you realize that there is something that is keeping everything the same while allowing some things to change. And then the question will automatically arise once we have a certain amount of neurological development. Is that one thing not like me, that it's not a mind, or is it a mind? Okay. Now, sometimes parents will get to that concept before a child at a very young age thinks that thought.
That's what I was asking.
Even for Aboriginals in the Amazonian jungle. But you see, there are certain people say, well, what about these remote people who don't believe in God? Look, this is called worshiping the creation rather than the creator. There are certain people groups, small in number, who decide to eschew believing in a supreme being and just believe in creation is their ultimate source. But you will find that even pre-Christianity, right, that there is widespread acknowledgement of a creator, although they may have other additional beliefs that we may or may not accept from a biblical or a non-biblical thing. But the notion of a singular, concrete, supreme being is widespread throughout world history. Now, there are times that there are certain cultures and societies that abandon this, and then they adopt ideas like the Greek and Roman pantheon and things like that. Right.
So
but let me just say one more thing. The fact that some cultures or nationalities abandon the idea of a supreme being and creator and adopt a polytheistic notion is not a defeater for belief in a supreme being.
Fuck your Christianity, bro. Fuck your
No, I don't want to talk to you. Benny, I'm saying on my channel, I'm going to read
Why
the book.
Why is there more than one person
talking? I'll be there in 45 minutes. Okay?
Because we have some little.
Well, I hope we have a mods in here. I came down here by myself so that anyone else who wanted to come in and talk with me, I could come in here unmolested by the trolls.
You're only
I'll just let KJV talk if you want.
No. I'll leave if you allow that person to talk. That person was trolling.
Well,
you can laugh all you want.
Look,
listen, it's no skin off my nose. I have plenty of other rooms where people want to talk with me, okay? So shall we continue?
Ben, why don't you move us
Yeah. So you say everyone finds God at a certain infant stage. So like, so do Muslims?
No. It's not that they find God. God through a neurological process. Okay.
It's already within.
What a quality
God through a neurological
theology.
process.
Amazing.
Look, I'll leave if I'm going to have this disruption. I'm not doing this.
No.
I came down here not to be trolled.
Okay, we're having a conversation. I misphrased it. I didn't mean to misphrase it, and I rephrased it. So
I'm not blaming you, Salad. I'm not blaming you. There are trolls that have come into the room. Okay, I came down here not to be trolled. Okay.
Yeah.
You're in the wrong
all
place.
by myself.
KJV, please.
Now, it's not that I found God. Everybody comes to the realization sooner or later that they come to the concept in their head that is unmistakable and undeniable, that there is something that is imposing and sustaining regularity while allowing some irregularity. Then the question will naturally arise. May I finish, please? If anyone wants to disagree with me, you're more than welcome to challenge me, okay? And I'll sit here and let you challenge me. But please don't cut me off, okay? Now, once somebody comes to the realization that there's something that is imposing what is static along with dynamic, then very soon afterwards, they ask ourselves, is that which is static a mind like I am, or is it not a mind? Okay, because then if what is fundamental to everything is itself in a certain way static but not a mind, then there's no option for human reason. Okay, only in a world where what is singularly and ultimately the source is a mind that then creates a world and gifts to us to be a mind like it is, can there be human minds and reason? If somebody rejects that and they opt for saying, let's say, well, I don't believe in God. I believe that the human mind is just simply human neurology. That's an emergent property of evolution. Even that scenario, even if it's true, it destroys the realm of human reason.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's just stop right there because I feel like we're going a little too deep from the conversation I was trying to have. You're going more in your direction than like.
That's fine. Go ahead.
I was just saying. So, like, do you think Muslims have the same God as Christians and all that?
Absolutely not.
How do you know God exists?
What's the reasoning behind Muslims and all that? Since there's like such a large
reasoning. All right, I'm going to give you the short of it. I can give you the long of it. Muhammad was a bloodthirsty crackpot that was deluded, and he bastardized ideas that he heard from Judaism and Christianity. And because he was rabidly against polytheism, okay, he thought that the true concept of God entailed Unitarianism. He didn't even understand the Christian monotheistic concept of God, that God was one God who subsisted as three co-equal persons in one being. He didn't even understand that. He thought that the Christians were following three separate gods, Allah, Jesus, and Mary. And he was illiterate. Yeah.
And a pedophile.
Yeah. I understand why he believed all these things because he couldn't read nor write, so it's not his fault, but yeah.
No, look, even if someone is not a Christian or believes in a biblical worldview, if you just sit there and look at the origin, the historical development of Islam, it is easy to see that it's just a bastardization of Christianity by some nut job in the Saudi Arabian Peninsula.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Christianity is so much more cohesive.
the amount of hadiths about him being able to fucking give some life to little boys that replenishes their fucking thirst and like
you see, look,
fucking on boys' tongues is good luck before they go to battle. It's just so
Jesus told the apostles to spread the notion that he was the Savior, God manifest in the flesh, by word of mouth, not by violence. Okay. Now, in the Old Testament, God sanctioned violence for the nation of Israel in order to wipe out some extremely evil people that were in their midst.
Jesus
but God
did too.
Okay, well, hold on a second. Well, Jesus did not advocate to his followers, okay, after his ascension, to spread the gospel through violence. That was not taught. Nor was Old Testament teachings. God did not command them to spread the truth about him and his relationship with the nation of Israel by violence to other nations. Okay? But Islam, Muhammad comes along and, yeah, I'm the final prophet of God. And yeah, I get so many things wrong about the Bible, but I'm the final prophet of God. And if you don't follow Allah and I'm his final prophet, I'm going to cut your head off. Okay? It's so obvious that Islam is a cult of one dude on the Arabian Peninsula. It isn't funny.
Yeah.
Isn't the Bible?
It really is. They had no reason to like hate on pork either, besides it gave them illness because they couldn't figure out how to cure meat, and they lived on one of the
No, you don't. You don't have to cure meat. All you have to do is cook it to a certain
does God
temperature.
exist?
No,
what is the
but
good
the reason
argument?
why Muslims found
God.
pork unholy was because they
What's a
got
good
ill
argument
from
for
eating it raw.
atheism?
They didn't know how to
No, I don't necessarily agree with that. Although there might be some merit to it. I think they were just imitating ideas from Judaism.
Oh,
Yeah.
the cloven hoof animal.
Yes.
Yeah, look, when you look at the Bible, whether you agree with that the Bible is the word of God or not, when you look at the Bible as a genre from Genesis to Revelation, okay, you can think it's all myth and stuff like that, but the point is it has a clear beginning, middle, and end, and it's chronological, and the Bible is thematic in a particular order. There is no chronological order in the Quran. There is no thematic order. It is just a mishmash. Do you know the Quran is organized by the largest chapters to the smallest chapters? That's the only order that they have.
Yeah.
There's like a lot of background noise coming from this guy in here.
Who? Me?
Oh, the guy that he just.
See, the reason why you and I and everyone else can know that Jesus Christ is who he said he was is because his self-testimony compositely, and by compositely, I mean including the testimony of his apostles, okay? When we look at it compositely, the aggregate of the self-identity claims are such that Jesus Christ, his lordship, and the Christian worldview are exclusive. No other worldview can have this attribute set. And that attribute set is indispensable for human truth, reason, and intelligibility. Okay? Now, if somebody rejects that, okay, that is either an explicit or an implicit counterclaim. And just saying, I don't buy it doesn't suffice. You're going to have to give an account, okay, of how your worldview is grounded and established. And then from that, use that as a foil to defeat the Christian worldview. But it cannot be done. What's that?
On this world.
Just all the discoveries of God's creation and just saying science instead of God would be the closest argument. So using God as his own argument would be.
Look,
because,
science,
I mean, come on, like we are the evidence of God, right?
No, well, everything is indicative of God by his purpose. Everything, not just one thing, right? And I can show to you that if facts are facts, if they possess any actuality at all, and from that intelligibility, they can only have so if and only if they are necessarily, let me finish. If any fact that you take, it doesn't matter what it is, if that fact has actuality, right? And from that actuality, we derive intelligibility of that fact. It can only possess that if and only if that fact and other facts necessarily are indicative of the eternal, because the eternal contextualizes any given fact. No contextualization, you have no factness. Now, when it necessarily then indicates the eternal, it could only do so if and only if the eternal was a mind and had the composite character set of perfection. Okay. Now, if that is rejected, okay, then you are going to be left in a state where there is no final contextualization for anything. Now, when you tell this to an unbeliever, they laugh because they say, well, I got all facts around me. Say, that's right, you do. But that's only commensurate with a biblical worldview and the attribute set of the Christian God. But if you say, oh, no, I have actuality, I have facts and intelligibility for those facts without the contextualization of the Christian God, right? I say, good. Put your money where your mouth is. Explain to me what final contextualization is. What is it? If it's not that, if it's,
can I say?
Go ahead. Yeah.
So within agreeing what you're saying, I use the words, truth is the relationship between all things. And of course, we got to have a relationship with the way the truth is. Well, that's what you said. It's actually,
you're wrong.
The same words that you gave for synonyms for that.
No, you're wrong. You're wrong. Would you like me to tell you why? Truth is what truth. No, sir. Truth is not its core necessarily.
Well, that's why without having a relationship in Jesus,
why are you ever,
then
sir, listen
I
to
never
me.
knew you.
Okay, I think I know a little more than you do. Okay?
I know more than I
give
think.
me the definition of truth.
But why
is the relationship between all things.
No, that's false. Okay?
So without Jesus, you don't have a relationship with him.
Sir, listen to me. Do you want to learn today or not? See, you don't want to learn. You just want to mouth off. I bet you're a teenager. Okay.
I'll learn.
Now, it's not that you're completely wrong, but your definition here. Unmute him so I can talk.
So I've already convinced you.
Yeah. You keep on talking.
Myself.
Okay, so you're gonna troll? Is that what it is? Troll
You're
me
so
again.
Unwilling to learn.
Okay, mute him. We're done. Okay, thank you. You're done. Okay. Yeah. Fortunately, today, on this server, we have some decent mods in here, and I appreciate that. You're going to troll me, you're going to get muted, okay? Now, if you want to respectfully disagree, I don't mind, okay? But when I am trying to set you straight from my point of view, which you probably won't like, don't overtalk me, okay? Now, I understand there's going to be some crosstalk. It happens. But people do it as a trolling tactic, okay? You're talking to somebody who's old enough to be your grandfather, okay? I wasn't born yesterday, right?
Darth,
yeah.
Are you a feminist or are you anti-feminism by chance?
Well, because I hold to the biblical worldview, I am opposed to feminism.
Yeah, so you're like pro women stay at home and all that. Okay.
No, I think that men and women and any human being should be treated with love and dignity and law and order. Okay.
No, but I'm saying you think women should stay at home and take care of the kid. Women shouldn't work jobs, right?
Well, I think that if a man and a woman have a child, rather than sticking it in daycare, that should be take care of it. Now, if for some reason, through circumstances that they can't control, there's a desperate need for survival's sake to put a child in daycare, I'm not going to condemn such a person. But it's God's ideal that the mother care for the children while the father acts as the provider. This is the ideal. Okay. I'm not going to condemn somebody where let's say they have two kids, and by the way, it used to be many years ago where there didn't have to be two breadwinners because the damn federal government didn't tax so much. Okay. Right.
Yeah,
and because of the high taxes. Shut up for a second. Because of the high taxes, okay, and it's not just federal tax; it's federal, it's state, and it's real estate taxes consume so much of the income that it forces certain families where the mother and the father have to go back to work in order to have a basic standard of living.
It's also because
the low
of
wages
Jekyll
played a role in
Island,
that.
where 100 fucking of the richest American people all gathered to change the standard of the dollar. Because taxation was a part.
All right,
but
let's
the
not just
dollar
change
also
the topic. Let's not change the
When
topic here.
Christians make new America,
No, but
we're
like,
gonna have
when you're
anti-money
talking
touching
like
food laws
1990,
for the
Well,
monopoly.
Christians
of
aren't
wealth.
going to make
dollar
Christians
and
aren't going to
women
make a
were-
new America unless, of course, there's an absolute revival and
Yeah, who
Christians
will?
occupy. Listen, dude, do you have any self-control with your mouth?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, you don't know what you're talking about, okay? You know what? You're 17, 18, 19, 20. You think you know a lot. You don't. When you find out, when you turn 40, you're like, wow, I know a lot more crap than I thought I did when I was 20. And then when you're 60, you know a lot more crap than you did when you were 40, right? Now, doesn't make you
So I mean,
ipso
we're
facto
eternal
right.
beings.
Why
Okay,
are you?
so
Why,
I'm
okay,
20
you know
years
what?
ahead
Mute
of you.
this guy permanently. Okay, do not unmute him or I'm leaving. Okay. Yeah, this guy's just a troll. We are eternal beings. What a bunch of bullshit that is. Yeah, that guy's just trolling. All right. Anyway, does anyone else have any objections, legitimate objections or questions?
Yes.
What are your thoughts on the Chinese yuan taking over the US dollar?
I think, in my biased opinion, I think that the Democratic Party in the United States, which has always been bad, is now psycho and they are deranged and they hate the United States. They really do. They hate the United States and they no longer want the United States to be the economic and military superpower. Okay, so they're trying to undermine the United States as much as they can. This is why the Democratic Party wants to spend the federal government into oblivion.
Do you think it's really Democrats? Joe Biden used to be a Republican.
No, he didn't, sir. You're wrong.
He did.
No, sir.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
He was
okay, salad. Listen to me. I was following politics 40 years ago. Look,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to talk down. You sound like you sound like listen, just let me finish for a second.
He was part of the Skull and Crossbones Foundation of
Salad.
the
Listen, I'm not going to tolerate this crosstalk. Mute calamity. Mute calamity. Thank you. Do not unmute him. I'm leaving.
I let you talk way more than dude.
Salad, you're being impulsive now. Okay. Now, all right, please unmute him now. Salad, I will let you speak. Okay, unrestricted. Okay, let me finish. Okay, I don't think you're stupid. Okay, I like your chutzpah. Okay, right, but you don't know as much as you think you do. Okay, are you open to listening to somebody who has 40 years on you? Are you open to listening to somebody who has 40 years on you?
You know, you can have years, but I want you to understand. Like,
okay, all right. I'm done with you. Listen to me. I tried to reason with you. I'm done with you. Okay. You just keep on with this little childish male teenager attitude on Discord, and I don't have a stomach for it anymore. I've been doing this for years. I no longer have a stomach for bickering little teenage males. I perfectly respect people with an adult, mature attitude who want to respectfully disagree with me. But if you're just going to have this bickering style, you can go kick rocks. Okay. Now I'm trying to explain something to you. I am trying to explain to you something, dumb. Okay. Joe Biden has been a Democrat ever since he was first elected into the United States Senate when he was 29 years old. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that is true.
Do you know what state he's even from?
Never been a Republican. He's always been.
What state is he from?
He's Joe.
What
Biden
salad? What state is he from?
America.
No, he's from Delaware, dum. You don't even know what state he's from.
Okay.
Used to ride the train every day to DC.
America.
I just was just
okay.
saying,
Now, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Jill Biden, his wife. Okay, is that his first, second, third, or fourth wife?
It's probably, Jill Biden's like his third variation of the same wife.
No, wrong, sir. That's his second wife. You don't know squat diddly about Joe Biden.
It's the third variation.
No, it's not a third variation. That's his second wife. Now, I'm going to ask you a question, okay?
9/11.
Why was Joe Biden married a second time? Why?
She died.
How'd she die?
Car crash.
Cancer.
What? No, wrong. You don't know what you're talking about. And by the way, listen to me carefully. Listen to me carefully, dum-dum. Hey, dum-dum, listen to me carefully. You see, I gave you an out there. I said, why did he marry again? And so immediately your gears in your head were turning because you're not a stupid person. I don't think you're stupid, okay? You said, okay, well, maybe he married again because they either got divorced or she died. But he probably wouldn't be asking me that question. May I finish, please? I'm telling you, I'm gonna reveal how you were thinking. When I said to you, why did he marry a second time? Immediately the gears in your head were turning because, as I said, you're not stupid. I don't think you're stupid. Okay. Now you said to yourself, okay, he was married a second time either because he was divorced or she's dead, and Darth wouldn't have been asking me that question if he was just divorced. That would be too easy. So you opted for the best possible answer, that she died. And then when I ask you how'd she die, you go, oh, cancer. No, she was killed in a car crash.
Was that a drunk car crash?
No. In fact, Joe Biden alleged that the truck driver was drinking, but there's nothing to support that other than his lies. Okay. So I think I've demonstrated. Listen. I think I've demonstrated that I know a whole hell of a lot more about Joe Biden than you do. Okay.
Yeah. I didn't know his early life. Honestly, I more followed his crack reform bills in the 90s and stuff like that. In the early
crack reform bills. Do you understand that Joe Biden has listen?
Whatever.
Hey, Salad, listen.
Right now,
Salad, listen. Just mute him, okay? Salad, listen to me. Listen to me. Joe Biden has always been considered a joke of a senator ever since he was elected. Nobody ever respected him because he's not very smart. Do you know he cheated his way in college and law school? Do you know that Joe Biden, listen, for 40 years, Joe Biden has been caught lying about multiple things. Did you know that?
America.
No.
Okay, he has a 40-year history of lying about stuff and getting caught about it. Okay, the only reason why he's the president of the United States today
Not as bad as him.
by the way, do you know that he ran for the presidency multiple times before? He never could get the nomination because nobody in the Democratic Party respected him because he was a loser. The reason why I'm trying to explain it to you. That's right. And Obama, a complete noob, okay, who came out of left field from Chicago, completely blew him and Hillary Clinton away, okay, because he was a good performer, okay? Yeah. He was selected to be the vice president, not because he was a good choice, but because he had such a long history of just being a sitting senator. And Obama and the Democrats could claim, oh, well, he sat on the Foreign Intelligence Committee, so therefore he'll be a good advisor to Barack Obama on foreign intelligence. Okay, so Barack Obama won the election because the Republicans sent up really crappy candidates like John McCain and Bob Dole. No, excuse me, not Bob Dole. Mitt Romney.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's hard. It's hard to defeat an incumbent president. Okay. So Obama won a second term, and so Joe Biden was a two-term vice president. Now, the only reason why he got the nomination in 2020 was because the field of candidates were so egregiously bad, he was the least bad of all of them, and he could wear the label that he was the former vice president. It wasn't because the Democratic Party thought he was a stellar candidate, okay? And then you included the cheating that occurred because of COVID in the swing states, with dropping votes and everything like that. Okay, Joe Biden didn't become president because the Democratic Party liked him. That's all they had.
So why do you Americans view it that way?
What are you talking about?
Why do you Americans?
First of all, you sound like you're talking through a wet towel.
I think he's being waterboarded right now.
All right. Hold on. I turned your mic up. Go ahead.
Sure.
Are you Canadian?
Yes.
So go ahead.
Why the Americans vote that way?
Well, first of all, it's my biased opinion that Donald Trump actually won the 2020 election. Okay.
So his record,
and let me finish. I promise you, I'll be done briefly, and you're free to disagree with me. All the Democrats had to do was to cheat in some of the key swing states in order to secure the election, because every presidential election, there are certain states that will always go for the Democrats and that will always go for the Republicans. So then we have what are a shifting focus, if you will, of swing states. Okay. So, for example, in one election, the most critical swing state was Florida. In another presidential election, it was Ohio. Okay. So the bottom line is this: if you think that Joe Biden won fair and square, I completely disagree with that. Okay. Now, Barack Obama, on the other hand, as much as I despise that communist, he won fair and square. Okay.
Cheeky little bastard.
Can we even confirm anyone wins fair and square?
I can't hear out loud. Go ahead out loud.
Sorry, I'm just wondering why you continue, or not you yourself, but why your country continues to vote these people in.
Okay, well, you're not understanding. It's not the country votes it in, it's the electorate. Okay.
That's a bad game.
Okay, well, here's the question. All right. As great a country as Canada is, all right, and I'm not trying to be cheeky here. Why does your country keep on electing crazy liberals? Do you know that your country has assisted suicide? Do you know that last year your country, and I'm not trying to put down Canada, okay?
No,
they carried out 10,000. Listen, can I finish, please? Do you know that your country carried out 10,000? If the stats that I'm reading are correct, your country carried out 10,000 assisted suicides last year. 10,000.
Yeah.
Assisted suicides.
Right. So stop the fuckers from suffering. Put them out.
That's not, sir. Please don't insult my intelligence, because every country that starts assisted suicide, it always starts out, oh, we just want to give people death with dignity. You know, these people who are suffering. That's how it starts out. If you actually look into the stats into Canada and some of the Scandinavian countries that have assisted suicide, many of the suicides that they do there are not about people who are suffering and are at the end of their life. Okay.
No, it's about people giving up.
Okay. So the bottom line is, look, if you want to criticize the United States to a certain degree, I might can I finish, please?
I love my big sister.
I'm really being magnanimous to you. If you want to criticize the United States to a certain degree, I can agree with you. Okay. There are certain things that I strongly criticize the country, because we have so many crappy people in the electorate who vote in Democrats from certain parts of the country, and everything the Democrats touch, they turn to shit. Okay. Now,
apart from,
on the other hand, if you're going to illegitimately criticize the country, I'll respectfully disagree with you. Okay.
Never.
Assisted suicide is legal in Oklahoma.
Yeah, you know, dude, look, it's 2023. Do you have a Walmart near you? Go there and get yourself a decent mic.
Is there such thing as Walmart?
Nice. That was funny, Darth.
I must have to fix something here because I have a decent.
Yeah, your microphone sounds like you're talking through a wet towel.
Oh, that's crazy.
I'm not trying to insult you, but I'm tired of struggling trying to figure out what people are saying when they have crappy microphones.
That's just his voice, man.
No, it's not his voice. It's his microphone.
You're not accepting of other people's.
Yeah, dude, listen. Hey, monkey, listen. I'm old enough to be your grandfather. I don't put up with trolling.
How old are you?
Yeah, I'm 61.
Oh, fuck.
So I'm old enough to be your daddy. Okay. So listen, if you're
He's
that
been saying
age,
he's
if you're
61
that
for like a
age,
decade.
then why are you trolling like a
Are you?
16-year-old?
Hang on.
Dumb.
Hang on, can I show your face?
having some
I don't believe
Yeah,
it.
you listen, Monkey, you're dismissed. You're trolling. I'm going to turn you down. You're dismissed. Okay.
How old are you? Show your face. I don't think you're 60.
You know, if you want to disagree with me, okay. By the way, I can't hear you,
I think you're
dumb.
about 4
Okay,
years
I have you
old.
turned down, dumb. Right now, if you want to disagree with me like a big boy, then disagree with me like you're an adult of your chronological age. Okay, instead of taunting me like you're some 15-year-old punk on Discord. I respect people who disagree with me, and they do so in an adult manner. You're going to act like a little 16-year-old? Yeah, what have you had, 4 or 5 beers
Show me
tonight,
your
Monkey?
face. You're not 60.
Yeah, I can't hear you. I have you turned
You're a
down,
liar.
dumb. I can't hear you. I can see your fat mouth moving, but I can't hear you.
This is your mistake, not mine.
You can tell he's from the UK with his teeth.
Yeah. Look, I no longer suffer trolls the way I used to, okay? I'll just tell them off right away. I'm not going to be patient with people who just come on here and act like complete asses. I respect people who come on. Look, I respect people who come on here and they'll say, "Hey, Darth, I disagree with you. Here's why I disagree with you." And then they thoughtfully and intelligently try to explain why they disagree. But I have zero respect for imbeciles like Monkey, who looks like he's in his 40s, and he's trolling on here like he's 16. Yeah, your mom and dad did a good job.
He's not even muted, but I can't hear him.
You see, this is why I came down here. You see, people abandon the room. I came down here by myself for people who wanted to have an intelligent interaction with me. Okay?
Other people can hear me. You're lying, you're not 60. I'm showing.
Monkey, if you're talking to me, I can't hear you. I have you turned down, dum-dum.
I don't care, but other people can hear you, dumb fucking dick. Other people can. So
yeah. See, this is for you younger teenagers in here or 20-somethings. This is how you don't want to grow up when you're 47 like this guy, fat, bald, and drunk.
Liar. You're a liar. Everyone else can hear me. You can't.
Isn't it amazing? Isn't it amazing? I leave the channel to come down here by myself for people who want to talk with me. And then when the room fills out because other people are interested in hearing me interact with other people intelligently, where we can respectfully debate and disagree, then we get drunk clods like this coming into the room and trolling.
I'm not trolling. You're a troll. Your mum's a troll.
Okay, so does anyone else want to discuss any topic we're discussing with me?
Yeah, sure. Your mum, all sorts of stuff.
Okay, would the mods do me a favor and stop the trolling of Monkey? Turn him down, mute him, please.
Okay, Darth. I will crack down on the trolling.
Thank you.
Okay.
What a pushy boy.
Why does Christianity consider God?
Hello? Breachy's a pussy boy.
Whoever spoke, can you turn up your mic or something, or speak up?
Why does Christianity
say something?
consider God?
Something.
All right, I'm not hearing something. Hold on.
Your butt.
I'm waiting for it to
out loud.
He said, why does Christianity consider God a he? He said, why is God male? That's the question he asked.
God is neither male nor female, but God has chosen to speak to us in terms of masculine pronouns.
Like he's not biologically male or female, but he has a gender identity.
All right, hold on. I got to turn you up because I turned you down earlier for trolling, so don't blow it. Go ahead,
That's
Kalam.
gonna be tough for Dan.
Like God has a gender identity, right?
Yeah, I'm not. I listen, Calamity. I don't play this adolescent game where people try to taunt Christians about trans issues. Okay, so if that's the road you're going down, you're wasting your time with me. Okay, God created only two sexes, male and female. God, in his communications to human beings, has decided to use male pronouns, okay, and to depict them as male, because the femaleness is derivative of and it's derivative of maleness and is complementarian. Okay, so God created Adam first. It doesn't mean that femaleness is somehow inferior. It's just a it's complementary to maleness. Okay, and maleness came first. Okay, and so God has decided to represent Himself in terms of maleness. Okay.
But what if God was a female?
Yeah, listen, I'm going to tell you guys this for the last time. I came down to this room by myself to have intelligent conversation. If you're just going to utter stupid, trolling karaoke crap, okay, I'm not going to respond to you any further.
Hey, I can, would you mind if I, troll you a little bit?
Sure, not at all. Go ahead.
Yeah.
What do you want to talk about?
No, I don't think it'd be. No, I don't know how to broach the topic with you.
Sheppa, are you fucking trolling
I was
right
really
now,
just
man?
going to share it with the room. But I probably should.
Yeah, your microphone. You need to fix your microphone.
It's probably something I should keep private. It's probably a topic for another day.
In my mic echoing?
Please don't come here to fucking troll. We're here to have a good, intellectually stimulating conversation. That's it.
See, here's the deal. Okay, here's the deal. Skeptics have been getting away with bloody murder with their childish little attacks on Christianity and the existence of God. But that day is over. Okay, once somebody has a proper grasp of Christianity. Okay, would you mute him, please? Thank you. He's gone. That day is over. Once people have a basic and proper understand of biblical Christianity, and they defend it correctly, it's game over for all opponents.
Move. Out. Go. Jeez. Porra. Vale do deck party pro caralho.
All right. Yeah, if you guys don't stop the trolling, I'm leaving.
Does God have a wife?
Okay, goodbye. See, the mods, you ruined a good thing. I came down here to have intelligent conversation, and you're not stopping. So bye-bye. Guess what? You lose my participation. Now the room's going to turn into a crap hole.
I've been to Boston, Charleston, Dayton, Louisiana. We actually believe that.
You see what I mean about this place, Benny? Darth agrees with me, 100%.
He didn't leave when I was making monkey noises or whatever.
See, me and Darth get along. We agree on we just don't see eye to eye on everything. We agree though on many things.
Taller than you, he's faster than you, he's bigger than you, he's better than you.
All right. Yes. You don't agree with what? Chef, I don't agree with you. About what? My stance about what?
Pittsburgh, Parkersburg, Gravel, Colorado, Ellensburg, Rexburg, Vicksburg,
Hey, what was the stance of mine that you don't agree with? I want to address it.
I feel left out.
Your stance on
No, do it now. Come on, you're a yellow balloon. You've got lots of room to talk.
Let me talk.
Okay. I disagree that I told. Okay, I told him just now.
Chappa, you sound like you're on drugs, man. Man, what the hell is going on here? Yeah, you know,
No,
Don't interrupt
God
me.
is a
He's talking
sheep.
like Ozzy Osbourne. Leave him alone. No.
This place is never moderated. That's why I just came in here and thought I will talk to Darth for a little bit. And I always talk to Darth. I always talk to Darth. I mean, him have a long history, a long history.
I need somebody to hold my hand. Where's the moderator?
But, yeah, I was talking to Darth way before he was even on this server. So we're talking like, I don't know, at least 5 years
Look,
ago.
I first ran into Darth in 2017, man. Yeah, he's been around for a long fucking time. Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
Well, about the same time. Maybe you beat me, but maybe not.
Look, he's in his 60s,
Yeah, well,
fucking
okay.
narcissist. He never went to therapy, so please be sensitive.
I don't care.
You know, we respect.
I have a lot of these people muted, by the way. I don't know.
We respect neurodiversity.
Is it inappropriate to have people muted? I have Dan muted. I'm not unmuting him. Fuck that cunt. He's not a coherent person. No, he might be coherent at the moment, but I don't unmute him. Yeah. He better mute himself.
Myself.
Honestly, whatever, man. It's like
Calamity Dan, I don't see him up here.
I got a good life and a good job.
He's in the sidebar, but he's not
and
in
a good
the
friend
main
like
chat.
Benny.
Oh, there it is.
So you do you.
There we go. Just to suit your oh, it's so deflated.
I just want to know if God was a he or a she, man.
Rub Benny's yellow balloon.
Yeah, it's giving up the specular highlights and everything. Yeah.
Benny, I want to rub your yellow balloon, please.
Where did Darth go?
Oh, thank you.
Did Darth Dawkins leave?
Yeah, I weirded him out.
Yeah. That's what he does.
Darth Dawkins left the server.
He gets drunk and goes on rails.
Why did you make him leave, bro?
What does he have to tell me?
Getting tired of hearing them.
What? Wait, what?
I think Royo might have been the reason he left.
I wanted to talk to
there's
Chepo.
Nash. Hey, what's up, Nash?
Hi.
Let me put some coffee on. Let me just grind some coffee and put some coffee in.
Chepa, no, listen. I think Benny was just trying to spark a conversation.
No, I know who you are.
There's no thing I have to tell you.
There's nothing that you have to hide anymore. I know who you are.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so yeah, well, I mean,
I never did appeal that video. Is it too late? Can I still do it?
yeah,
That really sucks that my video got pulled down. Like I can't even just share it with my friends. It was unlisted.
Hey, put it on it. Get a Nashville Junior. Just make a Nashville Junior YouTube channel and just Nashville Junior 1, Nashville Junior 2, etc. Nashville Junior 3, and just keep putting it back up. I don't see what you've done that's not allowed. It's all allowed.
Plus, that video is like my masterpiece, you know?
You put it up and keep it